So Ajibola Bashir is the National Secretary of the All Progressives Congress. He joins us today on the program. Thank you for staying the course. Let's take you home. I guess you're home as we speak. You're joining us live from Osun State. Your name has been repeatedly mentioned as a likely aspirant in the 2026 Osun governorship election. But the state government recently dismissed you and other APC hopefuls as unelectable. How do you respond to that perception, and why do you believe you can flip Osun back to APC?
I wouldn't want unless the spokesperson of Adeleke administration has another job. I wouldn't want him to say that he will not be able to glorify, the undefined administration of Ademola Adeleke in Osun State. He's doing his job. So, but to say that some of us are not electable is about his own perspective. The truth is that today, as you can see, there are many gladiators that have come forward, to put their heart in the ring. Some are still contemplating, doing same. And we believe that with the mobilization effort that our party is doing, definitely the party is going to, coast clear, to victory in 2026. And as for my own personal, ambition that has been touted, I've said it on several occasions. I am a product of leadership that believe in consensus and also believe in assigning responsibility and task to us who are those in the field, working, for the party. For now, I'm the national secretary of the APC. As I told you, we are presently engaging in consolidating the oath of our party in many states. We are also working towards stabilizing our party ahead of the 2027 election. Whether or not I will put my heart formally in the ring will be determined based on consensus with the leadership and what kind of assignment and responsibility the party want to give me ahead of the 2026 and 2027 election. But as you can see, even from the images on your screen, you can see that our party and supporters are waxing, very, strong, and we are poised, to give a serious challenge and chase, the dancing, personality from the government house of Osun in 2026.
Politically, there's an unprecedented development since the advent of this administration, just like what we saw in Rivers State, where your party, appeared to have worked with the PDP during the local government election. In Osun now, the PDP there has already declared support for Mr. President. The deputy governor is also having issues back in Ife because of his alignment with another National Assembly member who had defected to your party. We've seen the governor visit Mr. President a couple of times. If his party supports Mr. President at the center, shouldn't Mr. President also reciprocate? It's a very sensitive and dicey development. But how is the APC in Osun interpreting this?
First and foremost, I want to correct an impression that our party colluded, if I get you right, with the PDP in Rivers State. There was an election and there was a contest. Our party won 20 and the PDP won 3 local government. And you can see the sterling performance of PDP in the local government of the minister for the FCT. So the what happened in Rivers State is a contest, and it's also a testimony of the groundswell of support that our party is getting, not only in Rivers State, in the South and the entire Nigeria. And you can also see that even the minister for FCT, who is a very committed leader of the PDP, saying that because of what the president is doing in Rivers State, it becomes very difficult for them to campaign for the APC in Rivers State. Now, talking about Osun, yes, we have had Governor Adeleke and his team saying they are going to support the president in 2027. But there will be a contest before 2027, and that's 2026. As of today, he's not a member of our party, and our responsibility, particularly my responsibility as a national officer of our party, is to ensure the victory for the APC in 2026 general election, irrespective of whatever anybody would think wants to do in terms of supporting the president in 2027.
The last time we spoke, you mentioned that if Governor Adeleke decamps to the APC, that you adopt him as leader of the party. Does that position still stand?
What I said, I didn't say it will be adopted as leader, but I said if today the leaders of our party decide to accept Adeleke I don't have any choice. And of course, I follow the leadership blindfoldedly, if I may use that word. So we're going to accept anybody that leaders say should work with us within the PDP. It's not a personal fight. It's about the interest of the leadership aligning with realization of the goal of ensuring that the APC remains a veritable electoral force, not only in the Southwest, but the entire Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The PDP, as we speak, is already raising questions over INEC's voter register in Osun, and they are warning of possible, what they call possible manipulation ahead of the 2026 election. As National Secretary of the APC and a potential aspirant, if I can put it that way, do you share confidence in INEC's capacity to deliver a free and credible poll?
Of course, INEC has, over the years, has stamped its authority as a veritable institution for the purpose of ensuring free, fair, and credible election. The fact that a political party is not doing well should be a basis to attack credibility of institutions. This institution is a national institution and is not an arm of any particular political party. And as for Osun, as of today, even based on the present registration, INEC has alerted of the danger people collecting their permanent voters card. For instance, as at presently, more than 360,000 cards still remain uncollected in Osun. So there's a difference between people registering and people collecting the card, and there's also a difference between people who have registered, who have collected their card, coming out to vote during the election. Our job as a political party is to ensure that people register, collect their card, and actually come out to vote for our party during the election. So we'll continue to mobilize. And that is why, for instance, I am in Osun to work with our leaders to ensure that we galvanize unregistered people to vote in the election, to register with a view to voting for our party in the next election. So if you are doing our work and some other people are not doing their own work, they cannot lay blame on Independent National Electoral Commission for allowing people to register, which is their civic responsibility.
But there are genuine concerns about this registration process, whether or not our current register is not overbloated when you consider the percentage of registered voters with those who actually turn out to vote on election day. That doesn't bother you?
You see, every person's job is cut out for them. Our political party is to ensure, as a political party, the APC, our responsibility to ensure that majority of those that eventually decide to vote for our party. The fact that you are registered to vote is part of your civic responsibility, but there's no obligation for you to actually vote. But there, civil society organizations have responsibility to continue to enlighten the people on the need for them to vote. Our own is that whether 10%, 20%, or 50% of people who are registered come out to vote, majority of them should come and vote for our party as the APC. So different roles, different responsibility. So as a media organization, you may also sponsor education of voters on the need for them to come and exercise their franchise. Our job is to mobilize those that will vote for our own political party.
We have to go now. But the local government tussle in Osun has generated heated debate and is now before the Supreme Court. Without going into the case itself, how do you think the local government system in Osun and indeed Nigeria can further be strengthened so that grassroots governance is not constrained by political or legal battles of this nature?
Yes, speaking for myself and not for the APC, I think there's a need to free the local government administration from the stranglehold of the states. But then it's a question of what is the nature of federalism adopted by the Nigerian constitution. It appears that the Nigerian constitution, by its present get-up, has attached the local government with its umbilical cord to that of the state government. Whether that has worked very well is debatable. So I believe that local government should be the bulwark for delivering on amenities and delivering on certain essential social services for the people at the grassroots level. And if we're able to achieve this will definitely enhance governance and ensure that people derive dividends for the democratic advancement of, themselves and our society.
Good place to leave it. We'll see how it all plays out in the coming day, especially now that local government has autonomy. The expectation is that the grassroots development thrives and it's not hindered by what we've seen as political and legal hindrances. I will also counting down to the Osun election and see developments in that regard. Senator Ajibola Basiru, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you, Unifemi, for having me here.
That's our show today, everyone. Remember, you can watch it again at midnight and 6 a.m. tomorrow. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. See you again next week.